That's what she said. Okay. So wait. If Brady's contract ends at 44, and Belichick coaches longer past that, there's no way that he's letting Tom Brady play on his team again. He's ditching Tom Brady.
Well,
he's ditching Tom Brady.
Perfect for what they need. They want to run the ball, establish a run, dink and dunks, and then fourth quarter when it's a close game, Tom Brady's like, all right, I got this. That's why he
starts throwing 30-yard outs and stuff, and then puts on his big boy pants. But he is throwing a lot of 5-yard routes and stuff, and he's perfect for their system. And Belichick's running the system, so I think for as long as it works, I think until they're bad, he'll have no problem using Brady. But the question really is when they get another quarterback. Like, I mean, they had Jacoby Brissett and Garoppolo a couple years ago, which is what made this whole conversation spark. But as of right now, they don't really have a viable option at 2. So until they do,
what are you saying, man? They have Brian Hoyer.
Hoyer. I thought it was Hoyer.
It's Hoyer.
I know that Etling's on. I think Etling was running some plays at wide receiver, which would be a classic Patriots thing.
Classic. He's probably
take a white quarterback and making him into a stud receiver.
Take lacrosse players and quarterbacks and make them stud wide receivers.
Classic.
Did you guys hear what's going on with Zeke? His agent told the Cowboys today he will not show up unless he has a new contract. And so if he doesn't get a new contract, he's not going to play this year.
So you look at the Melvin Gordon thing, you look at the Zeke thing, and I don't think we've ever seen the same situation be so polar opposite in their background. Zeke holds more leverage than any player in the NFL right now.
100%.
He knows that the Cowboys are not the Cowboys without Zeke. He needs a new contract for what he deserves, and they give it to him, fine. He'll come out and play, and they'll win games, but if they don't give him a new contract, he's not playing, and they're going to lose. I can't see them winning without him. Who's their backup?
Alfred Morris.
It's Alfred Morris.
They sell Alfred Morris.
There's no way this team's going to be what they think they are without Zeke. So he holds all the power. Melvin Gordon has no power because the Chargers are going to be fine without him with Eckler, and there's no teams that really need Melvin Gordon. But they're very, very polar opposite situations going on right now.
The Cowboys are built around Zeke, like you just said, and then the Chargers are built around Philip Rivers' arm. They don't need – like Melvin Gordon's a good running back, but he's injury-prone, and the backups in San Diego – not San Diego.
In L.A. now.
In L.A., yeah. They're good. They're good enough to a point where –
they'll be fine.
Yeah, Justin
They'll
Jackson
be fine.
and Eckler will be fine.
Yeah, a lot of the Chargers' success in the run game is based off of their schemes and how they just run the ball. But Eckler is a really good option as a backup out in LA. I agree. I think Melvin Gordon, there's no chance Melvin Gordon plays this year unless they completely crap the bed in the running game. But
I think Melvin Gordon's going to play this year. I think they're going to figure it out.
No way.
Zeke?
You think No. I was talking Melvin Gordon.
The only
way Melvin Gordon comes back is if they start off horrible in the running game. That's the only way he comes back.
Like I said the other week, I mean, the Chargers' defense is so good, they're not going to need to score a lot of points. But like I was saying last week, Melvin Gordon's contract is not the same thing like Le'Veon Bell, where Le'Veon Bell can sit out the year and just go to a different team. If Melvin Gordon does not report, then his contract just gets...
Yeah, but he can just be on the active roster and fucking fake an injury or some shit. Like, he doesn't have to... I mean, you know what I mean? He could literally say, I'm not playing, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It gets into whole probably contractual shit. But Zeke, I don't think... They're going to have to pay him. Jerry Jones is playing it tight to the vest. He's saying they don't need him. But it's going to happen
so
right before the
seeing
season.
Both sides not budge. Like Jerry Jones came out recently saying you don't need a rushing champion to win the Super Bowl. And we talked about that a couple episodes when the only Super Bowls that they've won in recent history are with Emmitt Smith, who's arguably the greatest running back of all time. So it's a little bit weird that he's saying that. But I really think that Jerry Jones made a mistake in saying that because I think they are going to sign him, like Angelo said. I think they're going to give him the money. And when they do, they're just going to seem like morons, and they're going to get bullied by their players.
They have to give. There's no. I mean, I hope they don't. As a Giants fan, I hope they don't. I hope they don't give him the money, but they have to give him the money. That team goes nowhere without Zeke. That team runs on Zeke.
100%. They need him. So this past weekend, me, Aquino, and Pip went to watch one of our friends pitch in the Atlantic League.
Shout out Chris Spinelli. He's our producer.
He pitched against
our
the Long
producer.
Island Ducks. And the Atlantic League, if you guys didn't know, they started using something like a robo umpire.
Yeah.
Like
So
robot.
yeah. So I'll give you the. So this second half of the season in the Atlantic League, which is an independent baseball league, no affiliate team, so it's just they don't have a Major League Ball club running them. They decided to partner with MLB and change a couple rules to test it out for Major League Baseball. One of the rule changes is the pitcher is required to step off the back of the rubber in order to attempt a pickoff. Another is one foul ball bunt is permitted with 2 strikes before a strikeout is called. Another is batters may steal first base on any pitch not caught in flight. The batter can be thrown out if he attempts a run. And finally, there's a couple more. Check swing rule made more batter friendly. And we got like 4 more. Hold on. Home plate umpire assisted by radar tracking system and an MLB defined strike zone. We got no mound visits permitted by players or coaches other than pitching changes and medical visits. Pitchers must face a minimum of 3 batters or reach the end of an inning before they can exit game. And I don't know why this has any difference, but they increased the size of the bases from 15 inches to 18 inches.
I'm actually all for that one because, it's a little bit safer for the players. Really, the only thing about that is, like, they should add the double base at first base with the orange base. It kind of just doesn't make any sense to not have it.
I actually agree with that. I completely agree. But
yeah, so I think the most controversial thing here is, the robo-ump. Gosh darn.
No.
What do we...
No, stealing first base?
It's got to be stealing first base.
No.
By a
The
mile.
robo...
No.
Guys.
Stealing first base is not a baseball.
Guys,
you can't steal first
That
base.
is... That's... The biggest thing is definitely the stealing first base thing because it's just not how you play the sport. That's like if you're hanging off the goalpost in football and you catch the ball, it's 10 points for the team.
Oh, and having an earpiece in the
umpire's
having an earpiece in the umpire's ear and having a fucking nerd
to get it right.
Having a nerd in the press box saying strike ball.
No, it's not a nerd. It's just
get out of here. Get out of here. It takes away the catcher. There's no point of a catcher being back there. Might as well freaking close his eyes and let the ball hit him.
It takes away
it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We're just talking about how you can steal first. If it's a pass ball, then that's a huge part of the catcher's job.
Actually, the majority of the catcher's job. Go.
The whole idea of pitch framing is bullshit anyways because you're throwing a ball on the catcher. I understand it's a part of catching.
This is a classic pitcher versus catcher
but
debate
it's a
and hitter
bullshit
versus
thing.
catcher debate.
It takes away the catcher's job. The catcher's main job is to make every... Yes, it does.
It takes away one of his jobs. That's bullshit because guess what? On television, on all Major League games, they're showing the strike zone and they're showing that their employees are doing their jobs wrong. That is the biggest point in this. They're showing the fact that they're showing the simulated strike zone and then not doing anything about it in the games means that they're showing that their employees are doing things wrong.
I'm a catcher.
It shows the strike.
I'm a catcher.
He calls it a ball. He made the wrong call.
Guys,
that's what the problem is.
Guys, it takes away the cat. One of the biggest things as a catcher is learning how to receive pitches the correct way, keeping strikes, but making balls look good and presentable to the umpire to trick him. That's part of the game. You're taking away that part of the game. It's a skill.
I don't think that part of the game will be so missed where it will never be the same ever again. I think it's fine. I'd rather.
Trick the umpire.
So Pip, would you rather keep that as a part of the game, or would you rather have Aaron Judge get called out on a ball that's 6 feet off the plate in the ALCS to not go to the World Series? Would you rather just keep your pride and keep the catcher thing as a part of the game and get calls wrong?
Well, first of all, I'd rather keep it part of the game because it's not as bad of a problem as people 6 feet outside. They're going to call a strike 6 feet outside. Come on. We're talking a ball. We're talking a ball.
I said 6 inches outside, and he's had calls that have been around there.
We're talking. I thought you said 6 feet.
He did say 6 feet.
I might have.
We'll play it back in the
We're talking a ball or two off the plate, above the plate, the side.
That's a ball.
We're not talking.
Angel Hernandez makes more bad calls than he makes good calls. It's ridiculous. So you got your guys that just doing an awful job, visibly doing an awful job. So how can you keep saying that we want that?
Guys,
we don't.
It's a part
no
of
one
the
does.
Game. Nobody wants a fucking umpire to have a earpiece in their ear.
I do.
No one wants a dog shit umpire either. We get those.
You guys forgot about the fact that when we were watching Chris's game, after the first inning, the robo-ump stopped working. So the umpire had to start calling the game. The robo-ump stopped working. So we're talking about technology here that may not work all the time. On top of that,
this is the first year they're using it. There's
who cares?
Sort of issues.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
How is that more ridiculous than stealing first base on a ball outside?
Stealing first base is the worst.
That's
thing.
literally just simply not how you play the sport.
It's both absurd. They're both absurd.
It's not nearly as absurd as stealing first base.
They're both absurd, but also with the stealing first base, if a player steals first base, like after a pass ball, they go 0 for. It counts as 0 for 1.
Why the hell? Pitcher, right?
Yeah. Why
that
the
makes
hell?
No sense.
Why the hell would
no sense.
anybody try to steal?
I mean, because you want to win I understand the situation where it's you're down by 1, 8th inning, pitcher's been shoving, 0-0 count, he bounces a curveball, goes back to the backstop. If you're fast, might as well go for it because you got to run on first.
Yeah, but that's one of the luxuries of having no one on base.
No, I agree. I completely agree. I understand it's stupid, but I understand the situations where you want to use it.
I understand their intent. I just think their intent is just not nearly good enough to make this an actual thing.
But Ryan, that's why it doesn't work, because if you put the robot ump in play, you're gonna have to give some value to catchers, and if you're saying that the value
you don't need to put any
value so catchers are just useless.
No.
What are you talking about? People steal bases.
Yeah, they still steal bases.
People block balls. People block the runners coming home from
with
third.
the guy
with
the nobody on. It makes no sense. I mean, there's no point of having a catcher. It's literally just to fucking catch the baseball. He doesn't have to block.
It's in their name to catch the baseball.
Oh, it's just I mean, I couldn't be more strongly opposed to this. Like, I might show up at Rob Manfred's office if this changes.
Do it. We'll film it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Ryan Morningstar.
Why?
Right, so
not to mention, real quick shout out, Chris Pinnell actually got the dub in that game. He
got the dub.
2 runs in 5+, I believe. Got the dub against the Long Island Ducks. The guy shoved, pitched great, and we were all there to watch him. It was awesome. Shout out Chris Pinnell.
Ryan Morningstar wanted me to shout him out at a random ass point in time, and I was just thinking about going with Bill.
Warn us about these things before. I'm fine with it.
I was thinking about going.
What the hell are you talking about? When
Bill Morningstar, Ryan Morningstar's dad, is high up in the MLB, and I'm thinking about going in with Ryan and Bill and just going into Rob Manfred's office and having a little discussion with him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll listen to you.
I'm sure that's all going to come to fruition. Yeah.
Maybe we should get Rob Manfred on the show.
Probably wouldn't.
Yeah, this is a great recruiting video. Yeah, let us talk shit about it.
Wait. I think we should
do the locker room talk where we fucking annihilate you.
I think we should do something where if people want to shout out, because I have gotten several requests to shout people out on the podcast. What do you think we should do for some shout outs? Like, they got to do something on their end. They got to help us out if we're going to shout them out. I mean, it's a big thing. It's a big show. We got tons of listeners on the show.
It takes a lot to get a shout out from us.
Exactly.
Apparently, so much so that Pip just randomly shouts out Ryan Morningstar in the middle of the podcast when it makes no sense. Yeah.
If you show us, how about this? If you show us that you either subscribed, liked, rated, or commented, and or post a story about us, we'll shout you out. You send us a picture.
We're getting a lot of downloads now. That might take up a good portion of the show. I don't know.
I'm serious. No joke. It's actually way more than I thought.
Shout out Ryan Morningstar. Shout out Chris Pinnell.
Maybe we'll have Pip just read off names at the end. So if you don't want to listen to it, you can just fast forward.
Facts.
No, the shout outs are essential to our episode. We're the podcast of the people.
I think the content is, but let's.
We're the podcast of the people. For the people, by the people, of the people.
We're getting off track here. So
we are the people.
Pip has a
shut the fuck up.
Pip has a stew out of the day that me and Aquino might disagree with. So Pip, let's hear.
Your stew out of the day.
No, you say it, Angelo. You say,
he's your stew out of the day.
Okay,
so
the stew out.
It's Pip's. Like, the label is Pip's stew out of the day because we don't always agree with it.
The Stunad of the Day is the worst talk show, sports, whatever the hell you want to call it. What?
Skip Bayless?
No, not Skip. Oh, God. Skip Bayless. Get out of here. Skip Bayless is a god. Max.
Wait. Oh my!
We are not moving on at all. What?
Skip Bayless is a joke.